regardless. So I guess I'll start now. But hello, everybody. Welcome to the weekly WIP meetup in CryptoVoxels, and I'm gonna soon. But this is the part two of the video. The first part, I went to the MakerDAO center across the street. I was kind of vibing and dancing and not doing much. Now I'm gonna kind of be quiet, listen to the speakers, comment a little bit maybe, but we're just gonna listen, have some fun. But I'm just gonna put the volume back up.
Amazing portal system that he's setting up throughout the metaverse. So I believe that's ongoing, and there are prizes still out there to be claimed. So yeah, when you got some time, it's not like a simple thing going on over there. Definitely check that
thing
out.
is still going.
Which brings me to my next thing to bring up. Dropping this week's airdrop, or at least the portion of the airdrop right now in that BitTree's Discord channel, which is a couple above us right here. So let's see if this works.
Airdrop somewhere.
So everyone claim your WIP coin. I'm going to drop a little bit more at the end. We're going to have plenty of opportunities afterwards to scoop some up at the Metalympics. Like Matt said, big shout out to MakerDAO and Lendroid.
I don't even know what that means.
Of course, the entire WIP crew and the WIP fam for their
I just like giving away
support of our wacky ideas.
But
obviously, everyone's sticking around for the Metalympics.
It's a really cool hat, though.
Away with something, like Matthew said, they got a lot of stuff up for grabs, and
BitTrees.
More to come. Yeah. So yeah, I'm gonna keep my mouth
I got
shut,
the airdrop,
stuff tight, and as long as Niche is ready to roll, I will pass the mic over to her for her update.
Thanks, Rizzle.
Okay.
Can you guys hear me okay?
I'm not sure which chat I'm supposed to be.
Sounds good.
Awesome. Hi, everyone. My name is Mitch, and I'm here on behalf of Metagamma Delta DAO. We're a DAO on a mission to support and fund women-led projects in Web3. And just about a month ago, we announced our first grant round that's worth about 25K cash in total to support a women-led project in the space. So we've had some very impressive looking applications coming in, and they're still rolling until the 12th of November, I believe. So if you are a co-founder, a women co-founder, or know a woman co-founder who is looking to advance Web3 or the Metaverse or the decentralized ecosystem in general, way to see you apply. We're partnered with, so the fund is split into two different funds. There's a general MGD fund that's worth 15K, and a MakerDAO fund that's worth 10K specifically for projects that are utilizing the DAO ecosystem. And along with that cash grant, you'll receive a security review with a member from the Quantstamp team, mentorship and guidance from leading devs in the ecosystem, as well as an interview with Gorgon Crypto, who has a really good YouTube channel and quite a bit of following on Twitter, and also a free domain from Unstoppable Domains. We've been lucky to partner with some really good sponsors, and we're excited to see the projects that are coming in and will come in. So that's about it. So if anyone has any questions, feel free to speak up or ping me.
That's awesome to hear the progress that MGD is making. And thank you so much, first of all, for waking up at 3 a.m. in Thailand to make it here. It's
very cool.
You're much earlier than I am right now.
Yeah, I haven't slept. It's easier.
Interesting. Okay.
I agree. That's the hack. But I think we have a question. So show hit Niche with a question.
Hey Niche, how are you?
Hey, I'm good. Joe, how are you?
Good.
Niche.
In terms of gender ratio, the crypto space is notoriously skewed in favor of cis men. From your perspective, what are some steps that we can take as a community to not only make this a safe space, but to also empower women and other genders?
Yeah, that's a great question, and it's something that we're always asking ourselves as MGD, and it's part of the reason why this this group was established in the first place.
Well, I think that's a good start. Fund their project.
At December earlier this year, which seems like a lifetime ago, but we've grown to over 40 odd members now.
That helmet is just so cool.
Part of
from
the
Power
effort
Surge.
was, I think they were originally going to join like Metacartel at first, but then they realized the ratio was a bit, they were like, why isn't there like a women focused DAO? So that's why we kind of spun off from that and created our own to kind of create a safe space for non-cis men to come and
there you go, create your own.
Ideas,
I like that as well.
And we welcome
so you don't feel like you're safe where you are.
Or just like friends
you might need support,
curious about the space. And already we've onboarded a few people who wouldn't have entered crypto if it hadn't been for existing members. Kind of convincing them to join one of our sessions.
Stay connected.
I think it's just like providing a space for conversations like we do on that. It's not all like Twitter fights and petty like pump and dumps. So so I think it's just like making giving a voice
closing
to
Discord caused so
that,
many issues.
Are led by
very cool. This is how I find most of the projects to follow. I go to WIP and I just follow cool projects from there. Honestly.
That's awesome. I mean, bringing new blood into the space and new talent and just a new mindset and perspective. Every project should have that as a goal, but it's awesome to hear MGD is accomplishing that so early. Super cool. So if anyone else has any questions or wants to join MGD or has any questions about that, hit her up in Discord or over on Twitter. Just make sure you leave your contact in Discord so people can contact you if they're interested to join MGD and participate in support.
Will do. Thanks, Matthew.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Nish. And up next, we have Power Surge in the house from the Surge Daily Updates. So I see you right in front of the stage. Hop up there, man, and tell us what
Power Surge
progress is.
I love it.
Yeah, guys, thank you very much for having me.
Crazy,
just wanted to use myself just so that I do crypto kind of art news recaps and it's daily, mostly on Instagram and on Twitter.
I think I've seen the videos. They're very interesting.
As a project, just because I was interested in crypto art, so I was looking at art sales, and I started kind of like posting on Twitter, and then it turned into
these are very interesting. They're kind of cool.
Then I started joking a little bit.
Yeah,
so
they're kind of funny.
Turned into a comedy show. And
it's like a comedy show.
So I'm still discovering myself,
it's hilarious.
The format.
I love it. I love making, creating. I love it.
The update for me would be I'm still,
like these.
learning and kind of struggling with media, like social media, lots of new connections, and it's a little overwhelming sometimes. So I think this is my biggest.
I love it.
I think concern.
I love when people just create.
I think
just figure out what you want to do,
slow, which is very good for me. And
start doing. What you want to do, and just
that's on my kind of video news update. In crypto voxels in the Metaverse, I also enjoy hanging out here. I started just peeking, but then I spend more and more time in Metaverse. I recognize builds. I recognize how the landscape is changing. I'm currently working on a little project called Safe Portals. It's something that I felt like maybe needed. It's kind of like a portal with a guaranteed port back. Once I started, I actually learned that there are things like that. It's Big Trees is doing a very similar project, and DCL Plaza is as well. So I'm like, I guess I guess someone's already doing it. But I think it happens a lot when you just peeping into a new space.
Just do it.
So yeah, that's my update. If anyone has any questions, please let me know.
That's pretty cool though. Safe portals, because
just like your
portaling somewhere and getting lost sucks.
Thank you.
My portals are not safe.
With your question.
But I'm going to start making sure I portal people to safe portals, of course.
Do well, man.
I edit my portals for that.
Reputation is a very important part of our identities in the space.
Because everyone's
when it comes to doing research on the subjects you discuss in your content, what is the exact process that you go through when acquiring accurate information?
Oh, yeah, that's a tough question. Reputation, I think, is, I don't know, I'll explain how I see it. Reputation is important. It's certainly a lot more important than money. And I think I'm trying to keep it the way, I'm just trying to keep it to the honesty to myself. Sometimes I'm not going very deep into research when I'm, let's say, reporting some news, because sometimes it's just too long to do, and sometimes I make mistakes, and that's okay. I feel, as long as I'm, honest about it, and I really appreciate when actually viewers are correcting me and making new discoveries, and sort of like participating in finding, digging deeper. I think that's how I see it, and one of those parts is actually being two-way lane with the viewers and the audience. It's just, I'm not just like, just some person that has an authority to say anything. I'm just doing my thing and saying what I have found. And if someone else found something else, it's fantastic because I'm not able to, know or discover anything. But per day, I think I spend around 2 hours on a research. Sales and research in social media.
Sounds
I hope that answered your question.
Totally, man. And I hope you keep doing keep putting out your great content.
Keep doing it.
Everyone should follow Power Search on Twitter or Instagram to keep track of his daily updates. And thank you very much for hopping up on the virtual stage.
Oh, my pleasure. Thank you.
And next up, we have maybe the finest dressed avatar in the house. We have Kyle Tutt from IPFS Pinata. I've been waiting for that Pinata to jump on the stage. So Kyle, whenever you're ready, man, take it away and tell us what you're cooking up at Pinata.
Awesome. Thanks for having me. So I'm Kyle Tutt, co-founder and CEO of Pinata, and we are the easiest way to use IPFS. For those of you who don't know, IPFS is kind of the perfect complement to blockchains. Especially for creators like in this room.
I do know that a lot of artists use IPFS.
Blockchains, pretty much all blockchains, are really bad at storing large amounts of data. So what the majority of decentralized applications do is store that data off-chain on something like IPFS. They tend to use IPFS because every file uploaded to the network, like an image file or an audio file, is given a unique name that only that file can have. So if that file was ever changed, the name would change. And this means that files uploaded to IPFS can't be changed or, fraudulently represented without you knowing. So this kind of makes it the perfect network to upload NFT files to. All you have to do is upload the file, and then it'll generate a unique name that you can eventually pin to the NFT that you're minting. And you now have this verifiable way to prove that the tokens file was never changed or corrupted, even if it's been sold and resold a million times. And so people use us to manage their files. We come with the benefits of IPFS while being really, really easy to use. You don't need to use code or anything like that to use us. If you know how to upload to Google Drive, you can upload any of your NFT files. And from crypto musicians, artists, software developers, and gamers, we pretty much have everybody using us now for their NFT files. And the big thing that I really want to kind of across today is that with Pinata, or IPFS in general, you can upload any kind of file. So you can create an NFT that is your latest music single. You can upload a video, 3D renderings, even whole games. In fact, we have a tutorial for a whole game we developed using Unity, and then uploaded that to NFT, or uploaded and sold it as an NFT. We're excited to see where you can take the NFT space, knowing that your options for files are pretty much unlimited, and we'd love to see kind of the new and interesting things in the boundaries that can be pushed NFTs using IPFS. So that appreciate you guys having me here.
You're very welcome.
That was a pleasure. I mean, you're a long time member of the WIP fan. Really
yeah, I feel like I finally
on the stations today.
Back to the person
How
that
many people are here?
Space. And then kind of in April, I spent way too much time in crypto voxels and hanging out at these meetups. And, it was kind of how I got through COVID during the lockdown.
There you go. That's a good
I love this community.
It's awesome. Yeah, I think this has really helped a lot of us get through COVID. So that's awesome to hear. But I think we have a question from Sho. So, Sho, hit Kyle with it.
Hey, Kyle, how are you?
Good. How are you doing?
Good. When entering this space, I actually learned the right way of ensuring that my pieces are on chain from Connie Digital, just like you mentioned previously. And Connie was on Twitter talking about Pinata and IPFS. And now with the discovery of the limitations of IPFS and Arweave now being fully on chain, what is Pinata going to do to ensure that the next generation of NFT users will have pieces that are long-lasting and are also in a more secure space?
Everyone goes to Arweave.
So the interesting thing about something like Arweave or even Filecoin, which we're integrating Filecoin underneath our IPFS stuff soon, is that that's just kind of like a storage mechanism. It's kind of like, deciding whether or not it's on this kind of server or that kind of server. For us, IPFS can pretty much run across anything. At the end of the day, it's just a protocol. And so all we're trying to ensure is that the files themselves are verifiable. So we're not too worried about what the storage mechanism underneath is. We can pretty much handle any of that going into the future. But what we do want to make sure is that, traders out there can manage their files like they want to manage, making sure that it's really easy to use, and making sure that the content is served, quickly. So long-term storage is obviously important, but it's also important that, when you have a 30-second video, that it's being, broadcast or downloaded as quickly as possible so that your users or the people buying your tokens are getting it when they want to. So from that perspective, we focus mostly on speed and stability. And then the storage options underneath for either long-term storage or whatever your use case is kind of up to you guys on how important that is.
There we go. And well, thank you once again, Kyle, for joining us, being such a cool member of the WIP fan. And make sure you drop any links or articles that you think folks would find valuable in the Discord chat so they can definitely dig into IPFS and out a little bit more too.
Absolutely, thanks.
Cool. Okay. And then next up we have Sarah Zucker, aka The Sarah Show.
The
really
Sarah
excited to hear what she's
Show.
cooking up. So Sarah, whenever you're ready, hop up on the stage and tell us what your latest work in progress is.
Hey there. Can everyone hear me? Okay.
Yep.
Great. Hi, I'm Sarah Zucker, aka The Sarah Show, since about 1997. I am a crypto artist. I make work that I describe as digital analog hybrid art, or sometimes just to keep it simple, VHS art. So if you've seen anything made with, a lot of VHS analog type stuff, you might be looking at one of mine. I have had quite a year in crypto art, as we all have. Earlier this fall, I was experimenting with tokenizing some of my earlier works on Rarible as limited editions, which is something I've been thinking about doing for a while. And I was very fortunate in that endeavor, and I sold out pretty much everything I minted there, and decided it just felt right to kind of take a moment and think about what I want to do moving forward. I have a lot of big releases sort of planned for this fall. So I've kind of been, this debate around abundance and scarcity always comes up, and I'd say I'm doing that thing, creating abundantly, and then now I'm tokenizing very thoughtfully. Pretty much, I think I've sold out all of my single editions except for one very early piece on Super Rare to kind of make space for this new piece I have out right now called Ancient Future. It's one of my VHS text art pieces. That is it's this theme that's emerged for me in a lot of my work. I'm always thinking about sort of the infinity symbol of the future and the past and how we exist in the now. We exist in this nexus of this infinity movement. And that's become a huge focus of my work, especially as so much of what I do uses video feedback. So I really like ideas of recursion and how our current moment is this feedback loop between what we're looking at and where we've been. So I released this piece, Ancient Future, on a platform that's kind of new to the space, not too new, but they've sort of shifted. And this token I put out is actually the Genesis NFT on their platform. And I really like them. I think they have a great team. I actually was familiar with their curator, Lindsay Howard. I've followed her curatorial work for like a decade at this point. So I was really interested in what they were doing and was excited when they asked me to sort of work with them as they moved into the NFT space. So the piece is currently open for bidding. It's doing pretty well. I'm trying out a secret reserve on this one, which is also new for me. I think part of what excites me so much about crypto art is this opportunity to like experiment and set new standards. And sometimes the only way we figure out what works and what doesn't work is by doing what doesn't work and adjusting. Like, you have to be unafraid to try things. So please check out that token on Foundation. They are also doing bidding in XDAI, which kind of relates to the panel that's coming up later. I wanted to experiment with this bidding process in a stable coin. I think it's very interesting. I think it's new. I think there's a lot of value in it. It's obviously something that we're not really used to in this space yet, since primarily we bid in ETH amounts, but it's just an exciting experiment. And coming up, I have a new video painting that I'm debuting as part of a celebration of the woman, which is a show curated by Kate Bass. That's part of the Vancouver Biennale. And I'm also speaking on a panel about women in art and tech. So that will be exciting. And that's all kind of kicking off, I think, like starting on the 11th, maybe. And then the last thing I'll say is I'm actually just really kind of getting ready for like tax time. It's sort of boring as that sounds. I realized with all these sales and with all the way that this has grown this year, it's been super important to me to start like a database of all my works since I'm platform agnostic and I sold on many different platforms. I've created this Google Sheets template to help me keep track of my tokens, help me keep track of what sold to who and when and where. And it's actually a template I created that I thought might be useful to people. So if you are also a crypto artist and you are looking also to kind of keep track of this stuff, I'm going to tweet the template out later. Feel free to use it, put it
I might have to message them. I figured out the person who made those wings, so I'll have to message them to figure out.
That's about it.
Yeah, make sure you pay your tax. Don't get caught up on the wrong side of that.
Oh, dancing pinata.
Your new work, Ancient Future, is giving me vibes of Eternal Now that I had scooped from you.
Yeah.
So I always love seeing that recursive flow coming from you. But I think there may be maybe a question that Sho has for you. So Sho, take it away.
Hey, Sarah. How are you?
I'm great.
So the new platform that you used, it was Foundation, correct?
Yes.
Okay. What was your experience like? Since you're pretty well known crypto artist in our space, what was the experience like minting on this platform? How did it feel for you?
That's an interesting question. since I'm part of this very first cohort, I think there's maybe 15 of us, maybe 20. I'm not sure the exact number, but it's a small group, and it sort of relates to I've started billing myself as a crypto art consultant because a lot of people new to the space reach out to me and kind of want my feedback on things because I have been in the space since early 2019. So the way I'll answer that is to say it's on par with anything I think that's very new. I think it's bold of them that they're using XDAI. I really see the value in that.
Pretty cool,
I also know that that's not the standard here yet. So it's like anything in this space where you want to kind of be on the cutting edge, but you also, when you do something too new, you risk that people might not kind of get what you're doing yet. So I also know that, decentralization is very important to people. It's important to me as well, but I also think curation is very important. And I think those things can coexist and or feed into each other or serve as welcome counterpoints to each other. So in my case, I really appreciated Lindsay's curation for Foundation. I really like their team. I think they're really sharp people, and I think they're bringing a fine art perspective that we have a little bit in this space, but they're doing it in a way that I haven't quite seen yet. There are other platforms I've heard tell of, that are entering the space soon, and I think we're all going to benefit with these new platforms that serve different niches. Superware is amazing. I've had an amazing experience there. They've really grown, and you can't open the door. You can't, open the door to the world. There's a saying, I think it's a Kurt Vonnegut saying, if you open the door to the world, you get fucked. I'm totally getting that wrong, but it's just to say that as things grow, it would be wrong of us to ask them to be everything to everyone. So I think, I know that's a roundabout way to answer your question. It's just to say that they're very new and they're still working a lot of stuff out. But I've had a very good experience working with their team, and I would recommend them to other artists to check them out and to collectors.
Perfect. And like Sarah mentioned, she's going to be on the panel. That's going to happen right after Nadia from MakerDAO speaks. So make sure you stick around for that.
Okay, the panel.
But thank you, Sarah, for having us on the stage. And
you can go up for memes.
To the upcoming panels or events that you mentioned in Discord, so folks can follow.
What are these memes?
To the calendar.
Sure, will do. Thank you.
Oh my gosh, it's funny.
And then, like I said, we have Nadia from MakerDAO. Who's ready to update us on what's happening over in the maker world. So Nadia, whenever you're ready, take it away.
Hey, can you hear me?
Yes.
Hey everyone, so happy to be here. So yes, we have big news to share with you. Today is the big opening of the Maker House in the Decentraland Metaverse. We are very, very happy about this because it has been a great work together with the Decentraland team that we started to plan after Mana was chosen by the community as one of the collaterals for the Maker protocol. So you're very welcome to join us into the Maker House in Decentraland after the Metalympics. We will have live music, and we also created with Buhara one amazing crypto artist and bigger NFTs that we are going to give to the 51st person who join us into the house and tweet using the perfect, I can't remember, Lenka, can you help me with the hashtag we said we're going to use?
So cool, I love this so much.
So we have 50 limited NFTs by this amazing artist, and we have a little thing for you to use. The hashtag is perfect die. and you either write about some cool use case of that in crypto, gaming, metaverse, digital art, or you pick yourself in our Maker House in Decentraland and post it with the hashtag. And the first 50 will get the NFT.
I like the selfie idea. I would love to see a lot of selfies on Twitter in our Maker House. So yeah, we will be waiting for you.
Awesome. Really excited for that, Nadia.
So much going on.
And the show, any
so hard to keep up with everything going on.
Hey Nadia, how are you?
Hey.
You've recently had your October governance review, and the blog document provided as a recap is one of the most clear and succinct pieces of reading material that I've read in a while. And in it, an MIP, which stands for Maker Improvement Proposal, was proposed and later ratified in terms of establishing an off-chain asset-backed lender function for real-world assets. Would you mind elaborating further on the plan for that?
Yeah, sure. Well, you can go into the forum. Actually, in the Maker House in Decentraland, you will find the link to access to the forum where you can find more information about this. But yes, as you all may know, the next step for Maker is to start accepting real-world assets as collaterals. But this has been like a long process for us because it's something that no one has ever done. So we are like talking with the entire community to find out which one is the best approach to achieve this. So the community has two different approaches and proposals around how you can get more real world assets into the Maker protocol. And recently, as you said, one of the proposals was accepted and is going to be implemented, and we expect to see this proposal live and having the first real-world asset in the Maker protocol, hopefully before this year end. So yeah, thank you for your question.
Awesome. And thank you for hopping up on the virtual stage, Nadia. We're looking forward to hitting up the MakerDAO Decentraland build. It's pretty epic. I got a sneak peek, so I'm excited to show people that.
Oh, guys, it's amazing.
Honestly, DAI is like one of the few tokens I hold.
You have to visit it.
Wait, I hold Uni and DAI.
Cool. And with that,
I'm probably going to sell my Uni
speaker update portion of the WIP.
Okay,
now,
it's it for the speakers.
Earlier, we have a nice little panel planned for everyone. We're going to be talking with Nitch. We're going to be talking with Sarah Zucker again, and then Jennifer from MakerDAO.
Yo, Bitcoin's at 15,000 again.
About the galaxy of tokens and how
only took a few years to get back
in NFT land. So Nitch, Sarah, Jen, if you're still in CryptoVoxels, hop up on stage with me. I'm feeling a little bit lonely. There we go.
Real quick, while they're getting set up, I just wanted to give everyone a heads up that I believe we're dropping the latest WIP moments on OpenSea
very cool.
if not already.
Very
and the
cool.
latest WIPC drop is going on in the Who What Wearable channel right above us here while they're getting set up.
Awesome. Cool. So I see Nish and Sarah, and I know Jen is in Discord, so it's okay if you can't move around in CV. But to get it started, I just wanted to kind of go over quickly an overview of all the different tokens that are in the space and how they may be used with NFTs. So I guess first and foremost, we have a handful of stable coins. We have USDC, we have Tether, we have, of course, DAI. And the circulating supply is like $22 billion in stable coins. It's pretty massive. And of course, we have social money, which the top 16 social currencies, including Whale and Orc, Cherry, a few others, are at around $45 million. And we know that a bunch of crypto artists, digital artists, are utilizing these social currencies to sell and exchange some of their crypto art. Of course, there's ETH, BTC. These days, it seems like more folks are wrapping their BTC to indulge their crypto art collecting passion. I know DCL Blogger has talked about bringing a lot of his BTC or Bitcoin into Ethereum land to buy more art. So that's a big thing. Funny. And of course, all the yield tokens out there, and there's projects like Don't Buy Meme, where you're able to stake tokens to mint NFTs and things like that. So there's all these different tokens. It's a galaxy of tokens, I like to say. But the question I wanted to lead off this panel with is and ask each of our panelists is like, what tokens do you actually interact with in your day to day? And then like I think starting.
That's a good question.
So, Sarah, I guess
interact on a day to day.
What coins do you interact with most? And
way back.
Yeah.
Sure. What a fascinating subject, and I will not purport to be like the world's old.
Yo.
As of late, one token I would say I engage with a lot is Coin Artist token, Coin. In my case, simply because, she contacted me about, she started this NFT farm project. I'd sort of heard about this idea of NFT shards and farming NFTs. And, I entered this space as an artist, and I've come to obviously learn a lot about cryptocurrency and about, the more sort of financial gain side of it.
Collect
but my
more
rule
art
for myself is like I don't deal in things if I can't wrap my head around them because I don't want to do something stupid.
Me, even if I can wrap my head around
me because
too much,
in this case,
wearables,
I sold 3 single editions to her to be part of this NFT farm, and she paid me in coin. Which I sort of wanted because I believe very firmly that one should have skin in the game. One should invest in the projects one's a part of. And if you feel like it's not worth taking stake, then that's a good gut check for whether or not you actually want to be involved in a project. So, I just participated in her first NFT farm that was an NFT by the artist Glitch Black. Staking these coin tokens and receiving NFT shards. And
the
farm just ended, but, from what I understand, what will then happen is the NFT, if and when it gets sold, I now own, my percentage of it based on my stake.
That is pretty cool. I like these ideas.
And I'll receive, that portion of that sale. So I think it's a really interesting way of doing things. I think, again, it's like I was saying earlier, sometimes you just have to go out on a limb. I think especially in this space, you have to try something, and even if no one's ever done it before,
exactly.
If you don't have.
I'm loving all the creativity finally in this space. It was so boring for a while.
Single edition NFTs are becoming
now
more and more expensive.
All these cool ideas.
And as higher and higher, I don't know what to say, level artists, higher earning artists, not to make it gross. I don't believe that money is the most important thing, but I think we all know what I mean by that. As more what we might call blue chip artists enter the space and release NFTs, this use case for owning a percentage of an NFT, I think, is fascinating. So I'm really vested then in her project and her token coin. I have my own social token video. Part of my housekeeping that I'm working on right now for the end of the year is that I want to send out a lot of video to a lot of, I made so many sales so rapidly on Rarible this fall that I'm a little behind, that I have to send video to everyone. And I'm personally looking into, more ways I can use that. I'm trying to get video listed on OpenSea so that I can sell special editions there that are only purchasable in video. I still am wrapping my own head around
someone's
creating liquidity for my own token. Again, I don't get involved in things if I can't fully connoiter what they are and how they work. So I'm very open to hearing from other people, like, what's the
Mika.
What's the sort of incentive in doing that and creating liquidity around one's token? I'm fascinated by the topic.
Mika, what do you want?
Yeah, the social currencies, community currencies.
If there's no liquidity for your token,
it's interesting to see all the experimentation around them. I think
people, when they buy and sell,
super cool. I mean,
are going to have too much slippage,
always
man.
at the leading edge of experimentation and gaming and DeFi and all the good things. So that's really cool to hear. But for Niche, I mean, you're a member of Metagame Delta. You also are a founder of an NFT-based project. So I feel like you have a lot of different perspectives into the space. And I'm curious, like, in your different capacities, what sort of tokens are you interacting with most?
So right now, and for the past year, I've been. I mean, it's still just been NFTs for me, and some stable coins and ETH just to pay for gas and things like that. But I think for me, like, the fascination with Web3 and with the spaces is like how
I'm excited for that.
How it can like bring people together in a more meaningful way, and I guess
so much going on.
The mindset of my
WIP like fries my brain. So many projects, so much info. Ooh, the crypto woman's here.
Like David Bowie called this the gray space in the middle, and it's basically referring to like
she always makes the best stuff.
Breaking down.
I want a blockhead like that.
Creators and their communities.
Did you make that yourself?
And their audience.
I'm gonna have to ask her.
Basically, how like a piece of content or a piece of art or a culture can be like.
Because that saves it, keeps my smile on.
Together, like with.
I think she's my designer, and then Pixel's is gonna do my shoes.
Having it be this like.
Oh
one
my
person,
god!
Like, broadcasting it out without getting
so cool.
That intimate kind of feedback from the crowd. So I think that's the fascination with community tokens and social tokens for me. Like obviously there's different kinds. Like there's Jam that gets you access to Brian's newsletters, and there's Alex, which I think gets you a claim on a part of his income. But for me, like I think tokens just allow you. It opens so many novel avenues for you as a creator or as a project to meaningfully explore ways that you can give back to the community and have that be like a reciprocal thing, as opposed to having it be like a one-way channel like it's been in the past. So I mean, I'm fascinated. I mean, with this recent wave. I think it's a lot more interesting than the ICO wave for me, because you actually, it feels like you're buying into a community because you believe in someone. So for example, like I've been following like Neo District and Coin Artist work for a while. So I mean, it's like if she launches a token, then obviously I'm gonna take an interest and see if it would make sense for me to get in on that, and Whale Shark as well. And I mean, I just like the different avenues that you can obtain these tokens as well, just by participating in the community, so that you don't have to, have a lot of.
It is cool to like participate in.
You just have to, have your passion
these events and get
interest,
free
and
WIPC and stuff like that.
Be part of that and kind of earn that.
Ooh, they have additions of WIPC moments
now. So my first piece of Whale, my first chunk of Whale was actually from participating in an Avastars bounty a while back, like when Whale had just launched, and like I think the reward was like you could choose between either like making your like 0.17 ETH back or 100 Whale or something, and then I was like, yeah, I'll just choose Whale because to get my hands on Whale. But I mean, obviously it went up to like $12, and I was really kind of surprised when I saw that, because it's like a whole new paradigm of like you're just having fun, and you're just like a part of a community of people who are interested in the same things as that you're in, but there's also some like upside to capture there. But I mean, I think the visceral aspects a bit comes first for me, rather than the kind of monetary aspect.
Yeah, I think touching on the different ways to procure a lot of these different tokens is really interesting. I mean, the WIPsty, you have to come to the WIP in order to get it. And then with that, then you can start scooping these different moments, and you can start layering on the experiences in a way that is, as long as people are giving their time at least, they can start to get rewarded. And then you have that interesting dynamic of people adding liquidity and having the coin appreciate. So it's super interesting. And then Jennifer, I mean, I'm curious from your perspective. Obviously, you work at Maker, so I know you're holding a lot of DAI. But like in your other interactions in the Web3 world or the Metaverse, like what coins do you typically interact with?
Oh, look. I'm in the WIPC gold moment.
Is a token that I interact with often. I guess personally speaking, I actually started my career many, many years ago in the traditional art world. Cool. So I'm personally really fascinated in kind of this momentum behind digital art, behind NFTs, platforms and tooling. And social tokens. I think these are all really unique new tools and ways to experiment and discover
feed the dog 1 second.
New models for both creators, artists, and their collectors and fan base. So, as a kind of an observer, obviously working in the space for the Maker Foundation, which, as most people know, we have the DAI stablecoin, which is a decentralized stablecoin, which is used across, we're part of over 800 applications, primarily financial applications on Ethereum. But more recently, we've been working with game developers, so blockchain-based game developers who are using DAI simply as a tool within their game design for them to be able to, transact with a stable token. And now this is, finding its way to the NFT space and artists and creators. So to kind of get back to your question, what am I, looking at? What am I interacting with? I would say I'm very excited about NFTs, collecting digital art. Sarah, I'm also, big fans of Foundation. I think what they've created as this curation platform for artists to engage with new audiences, and those audiences, being able to buy, sell, and trade artworks in a much more kind of direct way is really exciting. So, I think for me right now, the big, my biggest observation is it's still very early. I think social tokens as kind of a loyalty rewards program makes a lot of sense. For example, Rack, a Grammy Award-winning producer, he launched his social token, the Rack token, and, it will allow people to have, who have been fans already and have bought into him and bought into his talent and his future talent, an opportunity to have access to things that he wants to make for these people that have been following him. So I think there's this really unique way for both the artist, the creator, to now connect much more intimately with their audience and fan base. So social tokens, I think, for like innovating on what we know as loyalty programs today, where it's as simple as going into your local coffee shop, you get a coffee and you go there a few times a week, they give you a little punch card. By the 10th time, you get a free coffee. That is like the most basic kind of loyalty program that everyone can relate to today. So I think social tokens really take that and just expand on it incredibly. And how it plays out, I don't know. I think it's still very early because it's, while there's a lot of interesting ideas about what you can do, there is a lot of work too. Just looking at, from our perspective, Maker, is hinged on having
those shoes are so
cool. Of MKR holders who are participating in open, decentralized governance.
There's some really cool stuff coming out.
In order to make
decisions that support the health of the Maker protocol. That takes a lot of time, and certainly Maker is a much more complex system to understand than perhaps like knowing that you love music and there's an artist that you love all of his works, right? So my point being that, you know, participation in a governance aspect, which a lot of the social tokens that are being created are designing, that part, I think, you know, I don't think it will be, you know, applicable to every situation because governance is very difficult. So, you know, for me right now, I'm kind of in a wait and see moment to see like where the real true stickiness and the value is for social tokens long term.
For sure. And then the last question I wanted to ask and talk about, and we can probably keep this on the shorter side just because we have so much extra stuff to get into the rest of the event. But I've always been so surprised how DAI, especially for crypto art or in the creator crypto space, hasn't been as common as I would have expected. And I guess for Sarah, I mean, you already mentioned Foundation, the XDAI that you're engaging with over there, but where do you see like DAI or stable coins playing a role in your future as a crypto artist?
Yeah, you know, it's funny. I had a collector of mine, someone who's actually building their own platform, who, you know, I try to have regular conversations with collectors, and this is a conversation he and I had back in the spring, where he, you know, way back when already, that feels like 100 years ago, and for a while there, I was pricing my single editions at 1 ETH each, and I'm happy to report that my prices have gone up since then. But at that time, you know, that was like a nice little
from 1 ETH.
sort of rule
I set my
was
price
keeping
at
for
1 ETH.
myself. It helped people know what to expect from me. And he pointed out to me, he's like, you know, this is nice that you're doing this. I can see that collectors are really responding to this. They know how much your works will be priced for. Personally, for me, I do auctions sometimes, but I really like list prices. It helps me set expectations for collectors, and it helps me, you know, build my prices sort of organically over time. And he's the one who made the point to me where he's like, you know, you should consider, instead of listing always for 1 ETH, why don't you list for a US dollar amount? Because, you know, even all of us in cryptocurrency, we still think of things in terms of their US dollar amount. And as we've seen this week, especially, you know, 1 ETH really can vary in how much it's worth. And that was one of those moments of, you know, of constructive feedback that I think has really affected how I think about how I sell things, what I sell things for. You know, it's really helped me as the space has grown this year. And I think it's a big part of why I decided to mint a piece with Foundation, because I saw what they're doing. I saw that they're using stablecoin, and I thought, you know, I think ETH is fantastic, but I do think the variability of it, like as we've all seen, like there's no worse feeling than minting something and then realizing like, oh, gas fees are terrible today, or oh, the value of ETH just dropped, and you know, it like this thing outside of your own sort of like control can really affect whether you make the sale and you know what sales prices you actualize. So it's just all to say it's something I would personally really love to see us move towards, if not as a standard for the entire space. I'd love to see more of it in the space, using DAI or using other stable coins. And just this move towards thinking of our work in terms of USD prices. I think it helps artists, and it certainly helps collectors.
100%. And I feel like having these sorts of conversations and talking about the reasons to
someone's asking me a lot of questions,
like that sort of
about where they should sell their art, apparently.
That you got from a collector about the pricing.
If you ever ask me questions, I'll do my best to answer.
Creators and artists in the space were like, oh, I had thought about that, and then they start to kind of get on that same train that you're on.
Yeah, Mika.
I love these conversations.
Mika's ready to go out for a skate.
The ditch, like obviously, Meta Gamma Delta has received a big DAI grant. Where do you see like stable coins and DAI kind of playing a role heading forward?
I told them that I don't know where they should sell their art, and they said they think that I do.
Yeah, so actually we're beginning our conversations about what to do with the DAI that's sitting in our DAO vault. Because obviously with Moloch DAO, what it allows you to do is it allows you to trade with the DAO with another token, so you could theoretically get something that's earning interest. So it's not just sitting there. So you can even do like token sets and make a few speculative bets on the assets that you think are going to go up with token sets. But yeah, I mean, I feel like stable coins, it's just like the backbone of what we're doing in crypto, and it's going to stay that way for the foreseeable future.
Now this person thinks I'm trying to be secretive
because we
protect trade secrets.
Stable kind of like foundational thing that people.
Sorry.
It doesn't feel like
Chloe's got trade secrets now.
So I actually started doing
amazing.
Freelance work,
like just the way, like,
they were giving me an option
funny,
of,
man.
do you want to get
paid in
like ETH or like
trade
USD
secrets,
or DAI? And I choose
secretive.
I choose the
I get in trouble all the time for sharing too much. Like right now.
In the crypto space, but still got like the stability of.
I wish I was more secretive. No, I don't.
USD. But. So I think, I mean, like day-to-day ops. I personally feel like
I put my phone on silent.
It is just safe to be in a stable coin, but at the same time, there's so many ecosystem tools that allows you, that exposes you to the potential upside, and you can be very flexible around how much you want to be exposed, and you can manage your risks that way. But all of our assets are in DAI right now.
And then, well, Jennifer, I'd like to give you kind of a chance to talk about this, and then also to wrap up the panel with any ideas or any kind of insight that you'd have that you'd like to share.
Yeah, I mean, I think what Sarah and Nisha have said is I couldn't have said it better myself. So it's really great to hear artists and other people working in the space just thinking about DAI in this way. Obviously, at the foundation, we're we've been fans of the idea of having this open, accessible digital asset that's stable to anyone anywhere in the world. The decentralization aspect of DAI is certainly unique because there is truly anyone anywhere can access this without going through a bank. There's no central issuer. And I think that's really meaningful for certain people given where they may be living or experiences they've had of feeling kind of shut out from the traditional financial system. But on a very basic level, builders, of platforms that are trying to, take advantage of blockchain technology, but also just be available to a person that may never have heard of crypto before, and it comes to a platform like Foundation. The user experience should make sense, and it should be logical, and you shouldn't have to do math in order to figure out what you're spending on. So I think DAI just very simply as an onboarding to more people is very straightforward. And once they're onboarded, there is that second level, if you will, of entering this entire new economy that DAI circulates through across, like I said, 800 different applications that provide different financial services from lending, saving, borrowing, all in DAI. I mean, you can, someone could literally take their business into an entirely different model and financial,
a couple minutes to Metalympics
environment simply by onboarding to DAI. So I think that's really exciting, and I'm personally really interested in kind of helping educate and bring awareness to the artists and the creators that maybe are just getting
kind of familiar with this new space, and hearing from them like what are the things that they need to make it easier for them to manage their business. And so I think, it's a really fun point to see how this is kind of developing in the space.
Totally. Well, I know we didn't have all the time in the world, but I feel like we covered a lot of ground, and I feel like a lot of the insights and
was that only an hour?
Really
That's crazy. That was really good.
Especially as a collector.
That was really good.
Thinking about
a lot of information in a short amount of time.
And best practices and things like that. But also just as well, like with WIPC and like heading forward, if we want to do anything or longer term in terms of treasury management, there's a lot of cool insights here. And of course, everything that you shared, Jennifer. So I'd just like to thank our panelists, Sarah, Mitch, and Jennifer for joining us. And yeah, thank you very much. So now, I think we can get into the Metalympics mode. So Rizzleman, take it away. Tell everyone what we got to do.
I like those goggles too.
All right, we're gonna do the thing.
We're gonna do the
so
thing.
I believe there's a portal.
There's a portal.
In CryptoVoxels, and it's going to be important that everyone hop into Discord for audio because the campus that we're going to
too big.
Is like 21 parcels large or something.
It's huge.
To have to put a boombox and everyone and have Dragonate running around like following us, like connecting everything to boomboxes. So if everyone could hop into Discord for the audio, if you're in world at the moment.
See, so this is when you need Discord for audio.
We're all in the stream channel. There's great people
here.
Sure
they put all the.
Yes, we'll draw. I see.
They did all the decorations. I've never seen it like that this before.
In world, there is a
yeah,
portal.
Mika. I love you, baby.
Let's see.
Give me a second. Oh, I know.
Give me a second. Yeah, right by Play to Earn and Niche and
give me Con Digital.
Okay,
Mika, give me a second. I love you.
Hopped in there.
Give me a second.
And we're all going to cross our fingers and pray that CryptoVoxels cooperates. And so far, so good. Actually popped up very quickly. Yo, what's up, Sandy?
Yeah, looks good.
So give everyone a chance to pop in and yes, go ahead. Go ahead, Drago. Give everyone a chance to get in. Give you a little tour.
Oh, cool. Oh, this is so cool. This is so cool. This is so cool. This is so cool. Oh, man. What? 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 Oh, my gosh. Oh, my gosh.
Music is great, dude. I don't know how loud I am over it. We can turn it down like a little bit or however much of an appropriate amount so people can hear me over it. That'd be dope. Can you all hear me all right?
So cool.
Yeah, we can hear you.
All right, cool. All right, welcome to all the Metalympics. I'm going to do my best to give you guys a brief tour on what we're cooking up now that we're all nice and decorated. Yo, huge shout out to Voxel Architects, man. They did this entire thing like single-handedly and have been working with all of our sponsors and everything. So, yo, Ben, we're gonna give it a shot.
That's
man.
crazy.
And everyone who's listening, I have no idea if this is gonna cooperate or render properly.
Ooh, the art block stuff. It's so cool.
So try and keep this tour moving.
I love it. They've done so much building in such a short amount of time.
All the booths are set up as soon as wearables are ready to start cooperating again and get minted.
Voxel Architects are so cool. I follow them on Twitter for sure.
All these things will be available for purchase with everything. So, steady breaks render art blocks, crypto motors, big trees, and of course, huge shout out to everyone for taking the plunge and doing one of these booths for the first ever Metalympics.
Oh, this is so amazing. This is just so cool.
Sponsorship move, we're going to do. And Voxel Architects has a vision and totally hooked it up.
Oh my gosh.
You get to the end of the intersection here by the crypto motors booth, you'll see Carrot Merchant.
This is so cool.
And they got a sick project going on that Matt and I actually just interviewed them for the Matt and Rizzle's show.
This is just so cool. It's like, and this is just the entrance.
This upcoming Wednesday
you have
at 7:30 p.m.
like a map of how big the arena, the whale tank, tower.
We'll back here next week once you learn a little bit more about the project and have a deeper understanding of the whole thing.
There's art.
Right here with me.
There's everything.
This is what makes the Metalympics. You're trying to be on Drago, or maybe I need to lead into the mic. So let's see, teleporters again. Shout out to the sponsors. These are all
more art.
You guys check out these teleporters. So week to week, we're going to be having events with Second Legion, CryptoKitties, Sandbox, closing it out. Metafactory, Landroid, Blockstacks, Crypto Motors, Axie Infinity, Battle Racer.
Oh, this is so cool.
It's good on my end, man. Again, all these people took the plunge with us and are,
this is too cool.
Gonna do the thing with us. Some of these teleporters are actually functional. Some of them we need to get the links set up and everything like that. So, everything is a WIP with the WIP fam and the WIP crew and everything. But this is my first Metalympics too, y'all. So we're just.
Can I click this? What happens?
Yeah, it's not.
Oh, Lendroid.com.
That's right, y'all. So if you want to follow me,
Sandbox. Okay, Sandbox. Axie Infinity.
Which way? Oh, let's see.
Okay, cool.
Art gallery. You'll find it. I'll give you a yo-yo.
Games.
Click my name here.
What else we got?
Everyone in CryptoVoxels. Click on Rizzle's name to
follow me. Follow me to the top.
Click on Rizzle's name.
Yeah, it's pretty dope view.
Where's Rizzle?
Okay. Look for the Kanye digital sign, right?
Yep.
Oh.
The giant Kanye digital sign. Give me another yo-yo, and I'm at the top.
For some reason, I can't teleport to you. You're just green. I don't know what that's about. Anyway.
And now I'm stuck.
It's the big mountain in the middle of the campus. Actually, in the past couple hours, Voxel Architects added these awesome little guide podiums or whatever. So
these podiums are so cool.
Got, a "You Are Here" thing on them and everything.
This is so cool.
Okay, so this is it, y'all. We're gonna kick this thing off.
Awesome!
Somebody
I'm so
asked
excited.
me why we were doing this, and the answer is pretty simple. I mean, we feel like we've got this amazing revolutionary technology, and we were like, what if we just use it to simply have fun and do stupid shit together and have a bunch of laughs?
That sounds awesome.
As a bridge to actually form productive and collaborative relationships with each other. And seriously, y'all, we've had so much overwhelming community support that it has been extremely difficult to keep up with. I mean, I feel very, very good about the job that we've done coordinating this project.
So amazing.
But this took on a life of its own once everyone started piling on board. So definitely some lessons learned for when season 2 comes around. I don't expect everything to work perfectly or flawlessly. I see computers crashing already. I mean, we're on the bleeding edge of technology.
Oh, and there's the arena, by the way.
So one thing
look at that.
I'm confident in
look at that thing.
We can do a bunch of fun stuff together and create a huge spectacle. So big shout out to the rest of our sponsors.
So
I haven't mentioned yet, including Avastars, who's sponsoring this obstacle course, along with MegaDAO.
Look how amazing this is.
Meme Force, E9R, Mag NFT, Play to Earn. I think I got in everybody. So and you guys, man, this is we're seriously all about having fun. Why don't we head over to the stadium and I'll explain to y'all how this is actually going to work in terms of getting points. Everyone's going to walk away with something today because to be honest,
probably share.
It's totally impossible. So I don't know if anyone's going to complete it, but
arena.
We're going to spread the love. So follow me over to the stadium. Those of you whose laptops have not exploded in their laps. How did the Metalympics tie into our physical event in the future? Is this just a food for thought, Jim?
I'm going to refresh my browser real quick, though. It's going to take a while for everything to load, but I'm just going to... I want everything to load nicely and fresh.
Is the start of the obstacle course.
Okay. Give it a second.
I'll try and give everyone another yo-yo.
It might take me a second to refresh.
What were you going to say?
Actually, let me run away. Ooh.
Where should we go? Near
the back left corner of the stadium.
Okay.
People are starting to find me.
Okay, here we go.
Yo,
is everyone naked for you too?
Let's have it
Dragon
load.
is dressed. Bartleby's looking new. Oh, no, Bartleby's got some shoes on. Maybe he's just rolling straight shoes.
Let's see. This is what it looks like.
Everyone is buck naked for me for some reason.
Well,
you're looking pretty natural out there to me.
Okay, let's see. It's gonna go a while for everything to load, but what we can do is always like just run away real quick.
So it might actually be good to do it without clothing, just so you know.
And then just slowly head back in.
So
to town.
All right, yo. So this is how it's gonna work. Actually, Easy, do you mind being a ref man? I know you volunteered.
It'll take a while to load everything now.
Sandy,
I'm good to kind of keep an eye on.
We're gonna have a couple refs. I'll ref, and please, for the love of God, nobody take this very seriously. This is totally for fun.
There you go. We're starting to get the outskirts.
Guest list at the very bottom of the obstacle course. Everyone can stop practicing and cheating and head down there for the start of it. I'm going to literally set a timer and say go. But I want everyone to sign the guest list at the bottom of the obstacle course at some point, because everyone who shows up and tries
Let's sign this guest list
is going to get some WIP just for showing up. And you will also get Metalympic points, right? So the Metalympic points are going to be cumulative throughout the entire 10-week event. So you got to make sure you're signing guest books at these things, using the same Discord name at each one so that we can keep track of all of your points. Are you scared or impressed, Cry?
What do I do?
I don't know why you're summoning.
Submit. Okay, it does that.
Or maybe intimidated. Either one is fine. So, so everyone
still haven't loaded everything. Whoops.
Make it to the top. Yeah, I'm going to pull up my list here. What's the breakdown?
So I'm guessing you can't fly.
Get 30 additional Metalympic points. You're going to get 30 additional WIP.
I can't see anything yet. Oh no.
We'll split up the X-Dive prize, and we got app stars for the top 5 people. To be honest, I have no idea.
You start there and you try and get to the top in a certain amount of time.
If it all crashes and all breaks,
I'm just hoping
we'll
I can
figure something out. If for some reason your laptop explodes in your lab right now and you need to order a new one, I'll make you a deal. If you record yourself,
I'm just hoping I see my own body.
Completing the obstacle course, you will get the full amount of
let's see.
Metalympic points and WIP as if you.
Let's see if I go out here
today. So there's another chance.
And refresh the page.
Last thing before we get started, the other thing we're gonna have going on. Correct, Snotty. Flying is not allowed. Flying, you're disqualified immediately, and you're going to be a suspect for performance enhancing voxel shakedown later on.
Okay, let's go. Let's try this again. I want to be able to participate properly.
We're going to have a couple more opportunities to earn Metalympic points, WIP, and like a few other things. You'll be able to earn additional 20 Metalympic points by taking a selfie in the broadcast booth, which is
a selfie in the broadcast.
Sort of the obstacle course is in the top left. The broadcast booth is in the bottom left. You'll see the player earn mascot in there. And so if you follow the Metalympics Twitter account, you'll be able to get filled in on it.
So it's in there.
Tag Avistar.
I can't see anyone
Take a selfie with the play to earn mascot. You're going to get some play tokens. You're going to get some Metalympic points, 20 more Metalympic points. It gets tipped in WIP, drop it in Discord, and we'll hook you guys up and everything. So,
okay, well, I'm just going to have to sit here now, I think, and wait.
And
hopefully I'll see some people here.
In the meantime, we're going to do this in 10 minutes, y'all. So
10 minutes. We should load in 10 minutes. No worries.
And if you make it to the top, you have...
I think everyone goes at the same time.
That is not voxel enhanced that we can all generally agree on. There's a guest list on the final landing spot of the hopping voxels or whatever you call it. Sign that guest list, and people will get compensated as well. So
cool.
Go ahead.
Hey, right, guys, can we do a group photo before we start? And
it's loading.
And runs away.
Yes, finally. That's all we need. This big load, and it'll start going.
Photo, and then you tell me, or tell you what, man. You do a group photo. You count to 3 and say when, and I'll start my stopwatch.
Slowly loading. Look, see. It's gonna start coming now.
What we're gonna do is I'm gonna have everyone just on the other side of the stadium.
It'll take a little while, but it'll work.
Good, awesome shot.
See, the colors will start popping through.
Floating blue guy, Paradox. Can you see him?
Yes.
Right of the start sign. Can you follow me literally to the other side of the stadium and find a seat, please? Everybody here, yeah? And then we will get going. Everybody's coming. We're nearly there.
There we go.
Yeah, find a seat on here, and then I'll do an awesome zooming in shot. I really wish you could sit at this point, but we can't.
I can't see anything, but
to sit anyway at this point.
But this is how we immortalize the Metalympics, so it's important, yo.
It's important, yo.
It's important.
Yo, this is one for the history books for sure.
Okay, right.
there's so many people here. This is crazy.
Stadium. One day, I say season 3 of the Metalympics. We'll have a full stadium.
Oh yeah.
That's my prediction. Right, I think everybody's nearly come. Guys, make sure you jump over. You're gonna miss being in the WIP mode. I think we're just waiting on Snowthrow and Twizzler.
I can't load a single thing right now.
Okay, right. Let's do this. Right,
I'm
get
like-
in position. Thanks for your patience, guys. Right, I'm gonna do.
But luckily, we're doing this before everything else, so hopefully everything will load before we get to the game. Takes a while. I'm also going on live streaming and everything too, so it's reasonable.
Right, one more pass, and then I'll
I wish I could do hearts right now. No.
Awesome. Do that, we Dab Dragon, are you jumping in? Jump on the seat, or is you gonna miss out? I did tell you what, this feels like a school photo.
Oh, I can see myself now. Ooh.
Cool, okay, right, okay. I'm gonna do an awesome thing. Right, here we go. Here it goes. If I don't whack into anything.
My typical emo.
Yes! Unfortunately, everyone starts disappearing the further back I get. It will be sped up, so it's pretty cool. Awesome. Right, I'm gonna do. Oh, we can see the whale in shot now. Right, okay, Paragus coming in for one last zoom, and then we are ready to get back into position. Then I'll hand back over to Rizzle.
All the emotes. All the emotes.
Right, coming in. I think what I'm going to do eventually, when they sort out the wearable costumes, I'm totally going to build myself just a giant camera. Be a giant camera.
Oh, that would be so cool.
That's me done. Back over to Rizzle.
Awesome.
Back into the start positions.
Honestly, as long as I can see myself, that's all I need to do.
Let's do the thing.
No flying.
Remember, turn off your flying function.
As long as I'm not flying, it's whatever else is good.
Cheating.
Oh, wearables are starting to throw up. Slowly.
No, get flying, hit F.
No
and then
flying.
You won't accidentally fly away. You'll just be jumping.
Is Luke in the house? I think I saw him earlier. This was like greatly inspired by the marble cards and the non-fungibles obstacle course that took it to a crazy
Very
level.
cool.
Does Luke want to say go? Yeah, man. Hop on the mic. Yo, everyone, like, if you guys want to turn off your mic and talk trash, now's the time. Luke.
I don't even. I tried this a while ago. It's very hard. It's very hard, but I'm sure it's been edited since.
Cool.
But,
Can you hear me?
Yeah, man.
On your marks. Get set.
I'm not going first.
Go, 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 go!
I can't see. Okay, let's see.
I see some jumpers.
Okay.
No way. Luke.
Now from here,
He's got the crazy thing going on.
right? We go here.
Dude, this is impossible.
It's all about jumping, guys.
Insurmountable.
Is here.
Oh, no, that's what Sandy said too. She was here practicing earlier. And I was like trying to figure out how much time to actually give people to accomplish it and, just playing around with it. And
Where's the rest of
finally got to
it?
the point where I figure if people can't do it in 10 minutes, then they're probably not going to be able to do it. For what it's worth, George from Voxel Architects yes, he's here. Yeah, I've seen him doing the run perfectly. It's 100% possible. I shook him down. Enhancing voxels. I found nothing. So I can say with confidence that this is possible.
It's not that hard, but
Zonked or Pickles, somebody there just was able to jump from like way low down to way up towards the top. So remember to not be flying. Not saying that you necessarily did. It could have just been a nice, helpful glitch. And if you hit the ground, please go back to the start, right?
Okay, now where's the next one?
Can anybody else see everybody is standing on each other's shoulders on the second platform?
Yeah. Keep going, guys. Jump. You can jump, go to the left and then the right while you're in the air to get around some of these clear blocks. I have practiced on this track. I was able to get around parts with some practice that I thought may be impossible, so it is doable. Hit the ground, run back, jump up again. That's getting you some practice. 10 minutes should be enough time for somebody, a couple people to make it.
If someone makes it, definitely unmute or let us know in the chat box.
Release a battle cry.
Okay, we got here finally.
Is Frankie Needle still streaming into TCL?
I think so.
Okay.
The CD camera is, I'm standing right in front of Frankie Needle's mic. I might not do that.
Oh,
sorry, TCL.
Everyone's frozen on my end.
I see most
now
people
where do I go?
are frozen out. A few people got maybe a third of the way.
Oh, I got to the third step, everyone. Hang on, Steve, I got you, man. Just so you guys know, we're not just randomly server muting people we don't like or something. Usually it's because someone had a hot mic or an echo going on when they were talking. There you go, Steve. Yo, Ben Nolan in the house. What's up, dude?
I don't know where I'm supposed to be going now.
All right, I know we can't fly, but we can use shift to run, right?
Yeah, that's cool. That's the magic sauce right there. Shift, jump, will get you a nice distance.
Oh, cool. Oh, what?
Moving fast.
This is absolutely ridiculous.
Okay.
This might be literally
Mika, chill.
I've seen George. It's possible. Wait, Easy, didn't you say you were able to do it too?
I wasn't able to complete it all in one go, but I was able to find the hardest spots.
I don't know where it is supposed to go.
To get past them, to see is this even possible? So I found the hardest spots for me, and I was able to complete them individually. I never made it in one run. That's all I tried.
George is giving advice. It's all about the movement of the mouse, momentum, and speed.
Right. So.
Not meant to be easy.
No.
And then you hop up to the top of the thing.
Yeah, you just jump. One to the next. But you can do some really good side-winding jumps where you go out around the edge of something and come back in. So, that's definitely a tool that you'll have to use.
Okay.
Closing in on the 5-minute mark, just so you guys have a heads up on where this is. And just remember, you guys, if you don't complete it in this time frame, but you really want to complete it and go through the trouble of coming back later on and recording yourself completing it, you will get 100% credit in terms of WIP coin and Metalympic points.
Just make sure to make a time lapse out of your 20-minute race down to about a minute.
Even if it's I'll watch the whole thing to verify. Even if it takes you an hour and a half.
And then I get onto it.
We do have a couple people making it, pretty far. Jin's made some good distance. Zonked. I don't see a lot of people over here on the far edge, or on the far side, on the second loop.
I don't know where to even go now.
I'm at the axis side.
Cheers, Russell.
Where do I go from here?
And if you've already used all of your lives on the spinning wheel of death and know that it's not going to happen, definitely go check out the broadcast booth with the Play to Earn mascot. And again, take a selfie with the Play to Earn mascot, tag Play to Earn, Avastars, Metalympics on Twitter, and we'll hook you up with more.
This is actually okay. I don't know where I'm supposed to be going. This whole part is pretty. The block seems see-through. Okay, let's see.
Please tell me this doubles up as a self page.
Okay, are you juicing, bro? I don't know how you did that.
Someone made Geosmatic.
Oh, I just froze.
Yes, Steve, that's the Play to Earn mascot.
Okay.
I have about 3 minutes left.
Are there secret blocks which you can just fall through?
Someone was.
I got this like block number 2, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna ref.
Oh, that's weird. The people over here just disappeared.
Everybody has.
Oh man, everyone disappeared.
Slowly shotted.
Oh man, everyone did just disappear.
I was literally watching.
I was thinking that maybe I had to go above the wall.
So I was like, kind of rooting for him in my mind, just watching him.
I think Ben put an announcement on the box that the server went down.
We fully broke it.
We broke it. We did it, y'all. We broke it. First Metalympics.
The WIP took down crypto.
Oh, people are back. People are back.
Oh, hey, what's up, everybody? 2 minutes. 2 minutes.
Just.
I don't understand.
Track because everybody had disappeared, but okay, that's Jimmy.
I think we should have an official 1 minute.
I'm gonna follow.
That could be worth it.
I don't know where I'm supposed to go.
That's all I'm there. So I'm just recording a load of naked avatars. I can do an obstacle.
What?
Go Barnaby, go.
Volume's a bit high, but I'll turn it down.
So that's my lag. Oh, there you go. There you go.
Does that work?
20 seconds, y'all.
Was for that?
Nope. Not for me.
It's loading.
Yeah, I don't know.
No one was just a minus.
Yeah, mine said for me. Why is Frankie get stuck for treatment?
Right? It's got that cross metaverse swag.
I can't get past the area.
I was just watching someone. I think it was Bartleby, pretty close to the end, and then they just disappeared in a cloud of stars. So.
40 seconds here, y'all. It happened.
Popping, keep popping. I'm definitely gonna.
I don't know.
I'm gonna do an after.
It was the first half was fun.
In about 10 minutes. I doubt it's possible.
But yeah, couldn't do anything there.
Man, you're late, but you'll have the opportunity to come back and do it again. I'll explain one more time. We're gonna end it right now. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, y'all. So if anyone didn't complete it in the time limit, that was just for today's event. Seriously, if you want to go through the trouble of either recording yourself completing the obstacle course, or even if you want to have me come back in and verify, and I'll hang out here and watch.
I just don't know how you get to this platform.
You guys got the whole week between this week and the start of next week's event to complete the obstacle course.
How do you get there?
Obstacle course successfully. And again, make sure you follow the Metalympics Twitter handle because there will be other things going on.
Or maybe you're supposed to go this way instead?
Each week that you'll be able to earn Metalympics points. And At the end in
Because
February,
you start
we're
from
gonna close it.
here.
The last event will be in Sandbox. We'll have closing ceremonies. The people who have the most Metalympic points will
Yeah, I
get
don't
a
get
bunch
it.
of like
Sorry,
awesome
because
stuff
I'm
that we're
assuming
hoarding and gathering.
you had to
so
jump through
if anyone wants to donate to
here.
any of that, the grand
You had
prize
to come
or any
around
of the
from
prizes or
here,
anything, definitely hit me up.
which means
and
you had to come
nobody's too
here
late. Nobody's too late. We got 3 months of this, so
and be on this platform.
to get plenty of points and back on track and everything. So
Maybe
go ahead.
But this one's see-through.
possible to have like a couple of times during this week, so that Riz, you don't like get a million people having you try and come solo. Maybe we could organize like a few times, drop it in the Token Smart schedule or something, where you can come and try out and kind of have like an observer there. I could probably manage to swing a few times. Maybe you could do a few, and that way we're giving people like a couple time slots to come and retry.
Dude, I'm very happy to do that, and we can certainly put something like that in place. However, if 1 million people feel confident enough that they can complete this obstacle course, I'm almost willing to pop in here 1 million times and watch every single one individually. So, so one of these ways we'll figure something out for people who are confident in their voxel hopping abilities. So, if you think you can complete this thing, definitely hit me up, and we'll find a way to make sure you get your points and everything. But it's got to be legit. No flying. We're gonna have refs.
Come practice. Come practice, and if you come and practice, you make it in 10 minutes. You can get some of that reward. So it's worth it.
Exactly. So Angie's looking for instructions. There's no instructions really in terms of the obstacle course. It's just get to the end. No flying and try and not die on the spinning wheel of death.
The start is clearly marked, and the finish is the top platform.
Yeah, and everyone who's here, definitely make sure, regardless of how good or bad you did, make sure you sign the guest book on the steps by the starting block, so that you get credit for this week's event.
Very fun though, but I did figure out how to beat it.
So
so that block is a cheat.
I'm going to drop a link, and
but you can just sprint. I guess they gotta take away the ability to use sprint later.
Right there.
But they were saying you sprint on the chat.
There we go, right on. I'm gonna hop over there, and Matt, I'm gonna let you lead the charge over there while I port in as well.
Yeah. So everyone, hop over to MakerDAO. Sugar Club has a DJ set going on. I think you can take selfies of yourself and try to get a cool NFT. But the main thing over here, we're gonna do an Apties show.
Nice. And then just for everybody that's here, I am gonna be interviewing Toxia.
Yeah, sprint makes it too easy.
1.5 hours. For the
because then you could just keep doing that, right?
Make sure you come over if you want to hang for that over in the Collectors Hub Discord. I will drop a link here in the WIP chat in case anybody isn't over there. But that should be fun. We'll be doing drops, and Toxian does a lot of really cool stuff with 3D avatars and all sorts of dope stuff with Polygonal Mind. So it should be a really good show. Hope to see some of you come over there after the Decentraland party. Should have plenty of time for all this stuff.
Also, real quick plug, Trippy Yoki has a drop over on Nifty Gateway, I think in 24 minutes. Along nice. Euosys. So, yeah. If you guys do any of those things, get ready for that as well.
See me go over there and mash refresh and get really frustrated and end up with nothing.
That's what I'm doing. I plan on doing that.
Yeah, if you sprint, it's all too easy, right? You can kind of just sprint all the way around and kind of just, at the end, make sure you land. On a phone, it's a lot harder, though.
Who do we tag on Twitter again with the taking a picture of the mascot?
Tag one. Play to Earn, Avastars, and Metalympics.
Okay, well, that's all from me. I guess you can't see much, but I'm heading out. That's all from Chloethedev. Every Thursday, this WIP happens for the most part. So, there's something happening in DCL now? I can't keep up. I got to take Mika out real quick, and Bianca will be home soon. But I'm heading out. Deuces. And